Hey, welcome to the Toadstead. Well, it's springtime around the shop here, and haven't really done that much this winter. For those of you that follow the channel, you'll know we haven't put out much because, quite frankly, there isn't a whole lot going on here in the wintertime, just maintaining. But now that we're starting to gear up, we'll give you a little preview of some of the stuff we're going to hope to accomplish and some of the stuff we did do. So here we go. This was a big addition to the shop. Love this vise. Gonna do a little bit of a review on it after I've used it a little bit more. It's got some pretty cool features, and for the cost, we liked it, so look for that video. Yes, we are going to be doing some sewer stuff. The Toadstead cabin is slated to be worked on this year. Yeah, it's always up to money, but before we build, we want to put in a goodly amount of the plumbing and stuff underneath the cabin because it just makes it easier than crawling underneath there. So that's why that's out here. Concrete, that goes with something that's over here in a second. Soap making, I got to render down, boil down this all this fat and get it snow white and pretty, put up for doing for making soap and whatnot. That's actually a little lantern. That's a pretty happening Bluetooth speaker. We'll show you that, how that works in a later video. Let's see, anything else over on this side? Nope. The concrete kind of goes with that. That's the new stand that we're putting on the new land that we just added. This is going to take the bees further away from the house, which is actually cool, and hopefully open up this part of the Toadstead for more use, gardening and stuff like that, without having to worry about the bees being too close in. That'll be another video as to why I'm putting over there, blah blah blah. Let's see, what else? Let's see if we can get the camera to stop freaking out. There we go. We'll get back to that. We threw up some shelves because, as usual, we don't have squat for room no matter what we do. There just isn't enough room. So we got business stuff there and more business stuff up here. Anyway, so we just threw some shelves up. This is a little farrier's forge, or a knife forge, some people will call it. We'll be doing a whole other video on this, and I'm going to be building a stand for this. I like these roll-away stands. That's, of course, a store-bought one. This one has my TIG MIG and my Tombstone welders on it. And we're going to make one for that forge and fire it up and play with it. But I saved the best for last. This is the table saw I've been using. It's an old Craftsman, and it works, you know. But there's a difference between your homeowner saws and your pro saws. Now, I could afford to go out and buy a really awesome pro saw, but I needed something that would do better than this. This is a great, pretty much saw for everyday homeowner use, but I needed to take a step up. And we got real lucky on Craigslist and have added that little dude. That's a shop fox. And, Daddy likes a lot. This will cut with the precision that I really need. And there was a cabinet shop that doing great guns. This was one of their first saws. It's only a few years old. Good guys do good work because obviously they went up into a big time pro saw, and you know, we were able to score it here. And I've got some of the extra tools just hanging here. I'll do a better job of that later. Right now, just getting it up and going is a big deal. And this also marked another milestone because, as is quite common around here, one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And the big difference between that saw and that saw is that this one's 220 volts. Runs quieter, runs smoother, but the Toad shop isn't wired for 220. So one of the other things that's happening this spring, that will be up and running, as well as I will have the ability to use the tombstone style welder that's under there. And I'll be able to look. I have been, here, let me see if I can do this without making you ill. Kind of spin around here. This is what I have been using for an air compressor for the last 3 years. Okay, it works if you're going to be filling tires, the occasional football, and blowing stuff off, cleaning. But you know what? It's not a shop air compressor. And based on the things I do here, I don't need a big, gigantic, you know, like a mechanic style air compressor, but I do need something in the smaller 220 range. Something that's going to put out 10, 11 CFM at 90. And you're just not going to get that in a 110 machine. So thanks to this purchase, which led to the wire purchase, which is going to lead to this shop being 220 capable, a whole bunch of other stuff will be able to be able to happen for us. And yeah, it's still a mess because every time we get it clean, something new happens and it gets messed up again. But we are getting there. We are getting there. All right, y'all. A little springtime update. And fair winds. We'll catch you next time around.